All right, here we are. One more time, once again. The first time didn't work, so I'm going to tag Nathan. Nathan Hirsch. There we are. That should do it. We should be set to go now. My day has been so busy since getting back from the branding accelerator yesterday. Hi, Beth. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're just waiting for Nathan. And when he jumps on, there he is. We've got a real treat for you guys. We've got a really, really cool guest to Member Spotlight. By the way, if anyone watching this would like to be on a member.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Nathan. Can you plug some earphones in?
Yeah, very good.
Test. Yeah. Feedback.
Hold on one second.
Okay. Testing. Yeah, it's doubling.
Hold on. I got
No pressure, Nathan.
And yeah, the new iPhone adapters. You got to find the one with the specific size.
Keep watching, guys. We just cut Nathan. Already.
Sorry, still looking for these. Where are they? Let me call you right back.
All right, yeah. Hang up, jump back on. So, Nathan is going to hang up and jump right back on. What I was saying before we had that unpleasantness, guys, is if you'd like to be in a member spotlight call like this so that you can get to know the group and they can get to know you, all you got to do is let me know. Tag me in a post in the group about it or send me a private message. Anything's fine. Can get to know each other, and so you can sort of know who your neighbors are. And I think that that's a good thing, right? Because ultimately what we want to be doing is building community. So what will I talk about until Nathan comes back on? I want to talk to you guys, I think, a little bit about what's on my mind, which is the power of developing your personal brand and creating an awareness of you in people's minds. Now, I've been working behind the scenes on a methodology that I'm starting to call open, don't close. And it's perfect for those of us who don't like to have to feel like we're salespeople. And I am certainly in that camp. I don't like shifting into salesperson mode. I don't feel comfortable with it. Oddly, I just had somebody on a conversation tell me that he thought I was a good salesperson. But I don't agree with that. I don't like being salesy. So, okay, Nathan, I see that you're back. Now it's got to allow me to allow you on camera. So I don't know why it's not letting you on camera now. It's not giving me that option. Well, this is all very convoluted and confusing, isn't it, guys? I hate when this happens. So, oh, here we go. Nathan wants to be in the video. I approve. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I did it.
All
We're
right.
here.
We're here. No feedback. I'm not listening to myself talk.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I could not find the right headphones for my iPhone.
Man, I caught you with your pants down on that one.
I know. Well, I'm normally when I do the Facebook Lives, I'm on my computer, and then last minute we're
Right.
like phone, and then,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
But we're here. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Why they would have this technology available on mobile and not on laptop or desktop is beyond me. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, cool, man. So I don't know if let's just see if we can segue from what I was talking about. This will be a Hail Mary pass, and if we can't, don't worry about it. I just got back from a personal branding workshop over the weekend, and it's been really, really something I've been interested in because I don't like sales per se. I don't want to feel like I'm in salesman mode ever. And what I'm finding is the better you develop your personal brand, the less you have to sell. Now, I know that's not the main thing you do. And like I said, let's just see if we can find a Hail Mary sort of segue from that to what you do. Can we do it or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of what I sell is my personal brand, and it's all about the honesty, integrity, the customer service, the speed. And when I'm trying to sell, that's really the brand that I've created over the last few years. And that's really what I go towards. And we almost look for that wow factor where for me, I mean, we run a $9 million a year business, and my calendar is right at the top of the website. I get back to people quickly. I don't overpromise and underdeliver. Just certain things that kind of go with my brand that make selling easier. It makes selling not selling. It makes selling just you having an honest conversation about what you can and cannot offer and how you're different. And a lot of times those end up being the best clients long term.
Awesome. So now let's don't keep everybody in the dark any longer, bro. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a longtime e-commerce seller. I started a multi-million-dollar Amazon business out of my college dorm room back in 2008. And I grew that business primarily by hiring virtual assistants, freelancers, agencies from all over the world. I mean, I was 20. I quickly realized that college kids were pretty unreliable, and no 30-year-old wanted to work for me. So I grew that business virtually, and I used the Upworks, the Fivers. I'm sure people watching out there have used those, and I just wanted something faster. I didn't want to post a job, get 50 people to apply, interview them one by one, and I kept looking for a faster, better marketplace. And when I couldn't find it, I built it myself. So 3 years ago, I started FreeUp, a marketplace where we get thousands of applicants every week, vet them, take the top 1% in, make them available to clients quickly whenever they need them with 24/7 support and a no turnover guarantee where if someone quits, we cover replacement costs and get them a new person right away. So that's what I've been working on for the past 3 years.
That's very cool. You might want to just, as a consideration, tell people how to spell it.
Yeah, it's FreeUp with 3 E's, FREEUP.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about you from my dear friend Anthony Joyner at my event last year, and he's like, "You guys don't even understand. Like, I get these services done from FreeUp, and I get them, and I get charged this. I turn around and sell them to clients as a done for you package, and I'm getting paid this." Like he blew all of our minds. He said it's not uncommon for me to roll out a $15,000 package and pay $2,000 on FreeUp to get it done. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Let's see who we've got here. Carolyn Lister, Jonathan Lane, Marcy Novus Levine, Sean Douglas, Munira Zahabi. We've got Beth Nidick, and I don't know who else, but I'm guessing that all of you guys have at least one thing you could outsource or you'd like to outsource. Or maybe often, I think, Nathan, people don't know that they should be outsourcing it, right?
Yeah, and I like to put it into really 2 lists. So the first list is everything you do on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. And you kind of write everything down. You start chipping away at the easiest things. How do I get 5 hours of my week back, 10 hours of my week back? And that's a great way to create systems and processes and plug people in. But the other side is create a list of all the things you're not good at, but you're doing every single week. The graphic design, the web development, the bookkeeping, maybe some of the marketing. And you can hire specialists and experts from all over the world. A lot of times when people think of outsourcing, they don't think of the talented freelancers and agencies out there that, they're not $5 an hour, but they can do high-level stuff that is outside your core competency. And that's how businesses take it to the next level.
That's awesome, man. Mostly because I'm curious for myself. Tell us a little bit about the specific high-level activities we could find reliable help for on FreeUp. Yeah,
I mean, anything marketing, social media related. I have a social media agency that runs my Instagram, another one that runs my Twitter, a freelancer that runs my Facebook ads. If you check out the FreeUp blog, and I love the content we put out, it's U.S. and non-U.S. high-level writers, and they're great for SEO. I mean, if you're doing e-commerce, Amazon experts, Shopify developers, software developers, people that can help you build your website, do different integrations, whether it's Zapier, whether it's high-level Google Excel automations, Google or Excel automations. There's a lot of high-level stuff you can do to really accelerate your business forward.
Wow, nice, man. So you've got actual software developers on there looking for work?
I mean, so FreeUp, we did $9 million in revenue last year. We have no office. We have no employees. We only hire people from our platform. So all our day-to-day operations, our customer service, our billing is all outsourced to the Philippines. And all the higher level stuff, the blogs, the Facebook, the Instagram that I said are all freelancers on the platform. And that includes the software developers that built our website and built our time clock software. So we practice what we preach, and these are the same freelancers that are available to our clients.
That's really cool, you guys. I want to say this another way in case you didn't catch what's happening here. He doesn't just have a website full of freelancers for you. His whole company is run by those same freelancers. Like that's quite a testament, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big proponent of hiring remote, and I think that's where the gig economy or where the economy is going. People like working from home. They like working in their pajamas with the schedule they want. They don't want to work 9 to 5, 8 hours straight. They don't want to learn someone else's processes. They want to specialize and do what they're passionate about. And if you're a business owner out there, even if you have a brick and mortar store, if you're not taking advantage of the gig economy, you're really missing out.
Yeah, and it's really true. I would say, you know, I've recently brought a couple of people onto my own team, and once you find someone that you feel a solid kind of like trust factor and rapport with, it's just huge to know that work is going on that is relevant, even if you're not doing it. You know, I mean, obviously that's the least that you expect running a whole company like that. But for me, I have different and smaller needs. But I got to tell you, when I was soloing, the feeling like if I'm off of social media for too long, then my foot is being taken off the gas, you know, like that's gone for me now. And it's such a nice feeling.
Yeah, I mean, just like bad hiring is humiliating, it's frustrating, it makes you not want to do it again. Good hiring is addicting. It makes you want to do more of it. It makes you want to take stuff off your plate and value your time at the highest level. And that's what really, I mean, once you get good at it, the possibilities are endless. There's very few $5 million a year solo entrepreneurs out there. You have to be able to hire people effectively.
Yeah, that's totally true, man. So what did you start off thinking you were going to do with your life? You mentioned that you were in college, right? What were you studying?
So my parents were both teachers growing up, and I was always in the mentality that I would get good grades, get into college, get an internship, and get a job, work for 30 years, retired. I mean, they're both retired now, and they did a great job saving. They're actually visiting with me for a month, and they just travel the world, and they have a great lifestyle. But they were always working for other people, and I didn't want that. They made me get these summer jobs every summer, working 40 hours a week while all my friends are outside playing. And I learned so much about sales and customer service and managing people. But I also learned that I just hated working for someone else. And it wasn't, I wasn't able to use my creative juices. So when I got to college, I majored in business and I didn't know what I was going to end up doing.
Right.
But they had just launched this entrepreneur program. And I remember that they had all the teachers go up one by one. So the economics professor went up and said why you should take economics, and the finance person went, and then the accounting, and then the brand new entrepreneur teacher went up, and she just said, if you ever want life freedom, if you ever want financial freedom, the only way to do it is to become an entrepreneur. And then she just walked off stage, and that really stuck with me. So I majored in entrepreneurship, but I've never had a real job after college.
Yeah, well, good for you. I salute you for that.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah, I got here from having dozens of real jobs and hating all of them. Like, so I am, I didn't know I was an entrepreneur my whole life until I figured it out. And so that means that I went through job after job after job after job after job, just endlessly. And always trying to like take over the place. Always, even at 16 as a dishwasher, I'm like, oh, there's a better way to do this. If you know. So, I was just like, always sort of knew I was going to go into business for myself. Always trying to do little side hustles, and didn't even hear the word entrepreneur the first time, I think, until I was probably in my late 20s. And I was like, there's a name for it. Oh.
That's funny.
So, where's Free Up going? What are your goals for this year?
Yeah, so we kind of started off in the Amazon space because I was a big Amazon seller, and we branched into overall e-commerce, working with Shopify and eBay sellers. And last year we started to get into the marketing community. I mean, we're sponsoring traffic and conversion. We work with a lot of agencies out there. So right now, that's our full focus. I mean, we want to work with more agencies, more in the marketing space. I mean, once you get into that space, I mean, you can work with all types of different businesses. So we're really focused on making it, first of all, not just an outsourcing platform where people think they can just get low-level or outsourced VAs. I mean, we have that, but we also have higher-level freelancers and even agencies offering services, but also outside of e-commerce, even though that's our core, just working with lots of different types of business owners and getting into different communities.
Cool. And I would say, you probably already know this, but to really make your message clearly say that you're not just a low-level VA outsourcing kind of thing, because I know that Fiverr is starting to get a bad rap in the industry, and that's what they are. There's a lot of, you got to pick through a lot of turds to get to a rose, So let's just keep this being a plug for your company, since that's where it's going naturally. How do you differentiate? Like, how are you different than Fiverr? Why should these guys go to you instead of Fiverr?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what I mentioned before. The pre-vetting, we let in 1 out of every 100 applicants. The speed, we get people access to talent a lot faster than the other platforms. The customer service, I would put against anyone else. I'm pretty easy to contact, and I have people that cover my email, Skype, live chat 24/7, and then that no turnover guarantee that I talked about. But we don't have to talk about Free Up. I mean, one of the cool things that hasn't been intentional, but it happened, is just going on podcasts and speaking at events has been one of the things that has helped accelerate my brand, accelerated my business. And I mean, when I started Free Up, I didn't think, I'd be talking on stages. It didn't seem like a natural progression to grow the company. But I've been surprised on how much it actually leads to new opportunities, meeting new people, getting in front of different audiences.
Yeah, there you go, guys. This is all a spontaneous conversation. I didn't pay him to say that. Yeah, man, I like the guarantees you put in there. I think that we won't stay on Free Up any more than, and we'll stay on it until it feels gratuitous. But I think that that really the thing that people want to know now is that they're not going to be struggling with another Fiverr, right? I think that that's really important. And I love that you said getting on stages, both podcasts, those are stages. This is a stage. Anything's a stage where you talk to more than one person at a time, right? How big an impact it's had on your company. How did you first get your first invite to speak? How'd that happen?
Yeah, so it started off with podcasts, and I had gotten on this smaller podcast, and I thought it was kind of cool, and I got a few clients from it. So we started pitching all these different podcasts, and I thought, oh, you know what? I've sold $25 million online. These people will have me on, and I just got rejected after rejection after rejection. I mean, you know the drill when you go through it, and it's a really humbling experience. I mean, even now, I probably get rejected 10 times a week just because I'm putting myself out there, and it's just kind of part of the community. But after a while of getting rejected, I finally got a big break. I'm sure you've heard of Entrepreneur on Fire, one of the bigger, well-known podcasts. Well, John Lee Dumas had a last-minute cancellation, and my name had been thrown into that list as a backup, and I had other plans that day. I had other meetings. I canceled everything and went on his show. And I don't know if people out there have heard the show, but he puts you on the spot, and it was one of my first podcasts, and I didn't bomb, but I wouldn't say it was my best performance either. But it was an amazing experience, and it really opened up the door to other podcasts. I could tell people, hey, I've been on this one. And even then, I mean, there are podcasts and stages that I pitched for 2 years before they let me on. And I wasn't aggressive. I wasn't mean about it, but I just stayed in touch. Hey, I just want to follow up. This is what I'm up to. I appreciate your time. If there's any opportunity, if you have any cancellations, just really looking for those opportunities.
Yeah, cool, man. That's very encouraging, I hope, and think for these people to hear. And I just had a thought. I'm totally losing it. This is not professional. I'm losing my train of thought live. I'm glad this is a low-key call into my group. But you said something. Let me see if I can get this back. Oh, you said something about how accessible you are, and I thought I'd tell everybody that you actually reached out to me to connect. Like, so when he says that, guys, he means it, you know? And I think that's very different than not to pimp slap Fiverr over and over again, but than like Fiverr, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about meeting connections. And I mean, I think when I reached out, I didn't necessarily think we were going to have a Facebook Live. I didn't really have an agenda.
Right.
I just wanted to connect with someone that was in there. And some of the best relationships where I could help them or they can help me have come from just reaching out. And there are other people where you do go in, you're like, hey, I want to be on this podcast. I want to be on this stage. I want to sponsor this event. I want to land this client. But it's great to just network as well. And every day, if you're just consistently putting yourself out there, some messages, some emails, some calls, just whatever it takes to just keep putting yourself out there. And then when the opportunities come, you take advantage of them. That's how I've been able to really grow and scale.
That's awesome, man. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for coming on the call. I'm so glad you reached out to me in the first place. And guys, once again, this is a member of the group. This is a person in your neighborhood. So again, I do these so that we can all get to know who we have in this group and start to develop some community. So please, if you want to say hi, if you have any questions about freelancing, if you want to use his service, whatever it is, now you know Nathan Hirsch is in the group. Please reach out, say hi to him, contact him, connect with him. My experience of you is that you're very genuine, very earnest, very ready to connect and network, and not in a weird way, not in a, you know, that kind of icky way. So I'm really glad to have you part of the community, man. And to everybody listening, if you'd like to be on a member spotlight call, just let me know. Anything you'd like to leave them with, Nathan?
Yeah, anyone in the group that wants to network, definitely reach out to me, ping me on Facebook, tag me, whatever it is. My calendar is right at the top of the website if that's easier. If you want to talk about your hiring needs or your business, and mention this group, get a free $25 credit to try us out.
Oh, sweet.
I look
Look
forward
at that, guys.
I look forward to getting to know and helping a lot of you.
All right, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it, Nathan. It was great to meet you, man.
Thanks. Sorry. Glad we got over the technical issues.
Yeah, totally. All right. Have a good day, everybody.